welcome to Zao Body. You ready to go for a swim? What? No, just kidding. We're doing yoga, but I'm using a towel today. You're more than welcome to use a strap if you have a fancy strap, but I'm using a towel because I just want to show you guys and remind you guys that if you don't have the equipment you think you need, don't let it hinder you. Be creative. Towel work. You could use a jacket, you could use a t-shirt that you have. Just grab something that you can pull 2 ends of that are about as long as almost the length, a little bit longer than the length from elbow to elbow. Okay, so grabbing your towel or whatever you've got, go ahead and stand up. Plant your feet wider than your hips. So this is more of a Tai Chi stance or a horse stance if we were to bend our arm or bend our legs. And I'm going to kind of spiral my towel so it's a little bit more taut. And then just bring that towel overhead. And think of, like, you know, if you were like giving out big peace signs and your arms were out like an X, think about that width. And then from here, see if you can bring your arms straight up and in line with your ears. Turn your head to the right, I'm mirroring you. And feel your left shoulder drop down. So kind of pull the towel down through your elbow. If your ribs pop out, you're actually not, you're doing a disservice to your shoulders. You're not using your shoulders, you're using your back. So seal the front ribs, knit them down, turn the belly on a little bit, and then again, work into the elbow, work into the space and the armpit. And go ahead and turn your head the other direction. Notice if the head makes an arc with the chin, you're turning with your chin. And think of turning with your nose. Your nose is like making a line across the room over to the other side. Now pull down through the right elbow. Pull down, be heavy through the right shoulder. And then breathe into the hollow of your throat. Think of the throat moving back and up. If you tend to muscle a lot here and your shoulders are already tired, can you just let the pulling slightly of the towel or strap just be kind of like a heavy weight? From there, we're going to bend the elbows a little bit further back, and we're going to open up the armpits. So this is a lot of space where we tend to be tight. We tend to be tight right through the triceps and all along here, and also very weak. We're usually hold up our arms with our shoulders. So we're getting some strength and some flexibility all through the rib tissue and the serratus muscles in there. This is where we want to think of where we lift our arms from the side body. And from the space right in the middle of the back. Right down low, not up high in the shoulder blades, but down low here. And if you've done a really quality, lat pull down, you'll feel it. It took me forever to feel this. I could never get right into that low back area. So as you bend your elbows down and keep your elbows super wide like they were reaching the opposite ends of the room, see how far you can draw your elbows into your ribs. And then see if you can find that sweet spot in the back. So think of hugging together right in the middle of the back. And lift it back up, and as you lift back up, keep pulling the towel to opposite ends of the room. Keep drawing your elbows forward and your palms back. So let's just do that one more time. It's kind of like we're flossing the spine, which can be awful or good depending on if you like flossing or not. I don't know very many people who like flossing. So let the elbows do the work, let the elbows, so get the shoulders out of the way. Think of the shoulders as just pivot points between the back and the elbows. Use your breath, guys. Turn on your breath like a faucet. The water is there, it's available, you just got to turn it on. There is no drought when it comes to the breath. Alright, and from there, just twist yourself to the right a little bit, pull on the right side of your towel. Now I am not mirroring you, so you're doing the opposite direction. We're going to do both anyway, in case you did one side instead than the other. And turn gently to your left. And pull back on your left arm, pull back on the left arm. Let the left hip pull forward, so if you're twisting and the knees are twisting, that's no bueno. The knees they don't like to twist. So keep your hip pulling forward, then you're using the power of your side waist and your shoulders. Come back to the middle. Here, go ahead and take the towel behind your neck and bring yourself all the way down to forward fold And let the towel just kind of be an indicator if you're dropping your head. If you're not dropping your head, you'll know it because the towel can easily hang on your neck. And that's no good. We want that back of the neck to be long so the spine can be at ease. It's not cut off like a hose that's kinked. The flow of your cerebrospinal fluid is connecting all the way to the brain and all the way down to the tail and then all the way out to the periphery of the nervous system. I'm going to soften my knees because my hamstrings are a bit sensitive today. So when you're forward fold, whether your fingertips touch the floor or not, draw your shoulders up into their sockets. So think of an egg and a cup and an egg cup, as my Tai Chi teacher would say. If the egg is out of the egg cup, if it's circling on that rim, it has nowhere to like snuggle into. It's just going to fall out. And in our case, it's going to create some grinding in the joint. So from there, let your arms fly out to the sides. The shoulders are still in their sockets. And from here, like you had a handle in the middle of your spine, lift up from the middle of the spine. Be heavy in your feet. And once you get to the top, turn the palms out without doing anything else. Turn the palms up. So elbows are down and heavy. Palms are lifted and light. And then let your arms lift to the sky. And then from there, we're going to just do a squat so we can come onto our bum. So we come onto our bum, bring your feet out in front of you, take your hands behind you, fingertips face forward. Walk your legs out straight today. Your hands are just behind your bum, like maybe 6 inches. If your shoulder heads tend to roll forward, do the work of spiraling the hands like you could turn them like dials. Do the work of feeling that tops of the shoulder heads roll back. Without puffing up the ribs again, keep those ribs knitted down, keep that belly intact. And from there, press into reverse plank. It's a lot of hamstring work here, but I want you to feel it in the shoulders too. And I think I'm a little bit too short, so I'm going to walk my hands back another inch and come back up. The triceps, the back of the arms are wrapping forward, and the front of the arms are wrapping back. Now, chin in to the body, and then back of the neck, reaching back. One more big breath, hips lift. Press into your hands and lower as slowly as you can. Press, press, press in the hands, press in the hands, press in the hands. And then soften. Let that go. Alright, take your towel or your, this is where you actually do need a towel. So if you don't have one, please pause this, run to your bathroom, grab one. I'm going to twist it up where you can roll it up like a log. And I'm just going to place it at the base of my spine. Right at the base there, right where your booty crack meets your back. That's a new one, right? That's a good cue. And lay down right on the middle of the towel. And then if you have more towel at the top, kind of curl it up and put it right at the base of your neck. This is like my all-time favorite, just passive shoulder opener. So my occiput, that base of the skull where the spine meets the skull, gets a little nuzzle, gets like a little, I don't know about you, but I love doggies, so think of a dog like just nuzzling me right in the back of the neck. It's a nice, soft, and cradling sensation. And let the arms splay out wide. And it's not much lift, right? It's just a couple inches, but it's enough to feel, hopefully, the shoulder blades kind of drop to either sides of the towel. If your shoulders are lifted off the ground, this is a good indicator that you're really holding on to the shoulders. So just with each breath, be aware of where your shoulders are in space. And see if you can allow those exhales to let your shoulders be really heavy, like there's a sack of potatoes sitting on them. And let the whole outer body, the skin, kind of soften around the muscles soften around the bone. Let the bones be heavy to the floor. And as you breathe in and out, you can feel your spine and how it touches the towel where it presses and where there's no space at all, no sensation. See if you can find sensation all along the spine by just putting a little attention there. Think of your breath as a three-dimensional ball. It starts out as a seed with all the information it needs to expand, like a seed of a tree, this tiny little acorn that has all the DNA in it to be this huge, magnificent, sturdy tree. And so the seed of the breath, think of it beginning right in your sternum, your diaphragm, right where the ribs, kind of the lower ribs come in. And that breath is expanding outward in 360 degrees, all the way to the toes, the fingertips, and the crown of the head. Next exhale, let it empty out so much that you feel almost like the shoulders are being deflated. And as you inhale, feel the body growing a little bit brighter. One more full exhale. Carry out the exhale all the way to the bottom. Don't be afraid of that empty space at the bottom. Use it, feel it. There, all you'll do is roll over to one side, press yourself up to seated, and that's it for today. Okay, a little passivity, a little activity, yoking of the two opposites, always good. Enjoy your practice. Thank you for playing with your towel with me today, and please keep coming back for more. If you have any questions, any inspirations, anything you'd like to see on Zao Body, please let me know. I think we'll get into a little more high-intensity interval training coming soon, some plyometrics. Love plyometrics. So if your body can handle that, come back for more. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.